Yo, everybody, what's going on? Give me a second. I'm still trying to work the kinks out, and don't look like the audio is over here. What is up with that? Wait, did I mute it? Hold on. There we go. Alright guys, what's going on? Anthony C, the Purple Kushman, Big Ant TV. We're going to be doing a podcast. I'll be live streaming on all my platforms. And we're going to be live streaming on Twitch on here. So I'm on my Twitch, so we're going to be doing on my buddy's co-host, my buddy's the host. So that way I'm just going to be streaming on all platforms. So let's hop over to Twitch. So let me show you how this is going to be. So we have the podcast. That's my buddy Preston. Let me go turn this on. What's up, Drive By? What up, dude? How's it going, man? Welcome to the podcast. You got any thing you want to share or anything? Any ghost stories or anything you know of? Hop in, dude. Like I said, type in the chat. Let me know what you got, what's going on. Let me hop over with my buddy Preston. You can say hi. I'll tell him. Yo, what's up, Preston? I'm live. Say hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up, this moment?
What's up, man? Sorry we're not live yet on my end.
Yeah, right. So, Drive-By's in my live already. What's up? Let me go mute that one because it's gonna be a double.
Alright, I'm about to start here. Any second now.
You're hearing double because you're hearing him and mine, so I'll go stop his right now. So, let's see. See?
Here we go. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Inferno Paranormal. I'm your host, Danger Close, and here with his new screen is Big Ant. What's up, Big Ant?
What's going on, guys? Hey, everyone, how you doing?
Big Ant. What's up, Big Ant? So sorry about...
My bad. Okay, good.
Hey, turn off the ghost hunter thing.
Yes.
Or mute him.
Yeah, I can turn it down.
Yeah. So,
I can't mute him. I don't know how to do that yet.
Oh yeah, just turn the volume down.
Well, that one doesn't go all the way down. Turn the volumes down. You can see him.
Okay.
Jesus.
Anyway, sorry about last night. It was Veterans Day. I am a veteran, so I decided to take the night off and relax. And Big Ant went to NASCAR in Arizona,
and I knocked out.
And he knocked out.
It was a 12-hour day, dude. I left my house at 5 a.m. So I got home about 6. No, it was 6. So it was actually a little bit longer. It took me 2 hours to get home because of traffic, dude. It sucked ass. Oh,
I believe it.
And we left early too. We actually got to the car early, but we were trying to get a quick trip because we had actually I'm not gonna say anything about that. It was fun.
No, well, no, go ahead. You can say it.
Well, technically, I can't really say what happened over there because the courts.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We are 17 days away from our Area 51 trip.
Ouch! What's up, Jerry? Hey, Killer.
Hey, what's up, Killer Thriller? So we are 17 days out from going up there and doing our stream. I invited another streamer along. Hopefully he accepts my invitation.
Right.
Arizona. Oh, sorry. Let's see. I forgot. Will you guys be streaming? Yeah, we actually will be. Well, I'm like to say yes, we will be streaming, but we will not know 100% until we get there. So December 1st, just keep an eye out.
Right.
Like I said, I talked to Verizon and checked out their coverage map, and right on the border of Area 51, where we are going to be filming or streaming, it's supposed to be in the coverage area. So I got a Wi-Fi hotspot. I just got to load some gigabytes on there, which should be good. It might not be a great stream like quality wise, but you still would be able to hear our voices. And if it doesn't work out, yes, I will post it. Like I'm just going for the night, and then I gotta head home, and I'll post it the next day.
We'll try to see. It depends on the coverage out there or not, but we'll have video for sure. We'll record. We'll have done the video for that. If not,
when it comes to the streaming portion, I realized something. If we can't get any 4G next to the black mailbox, I'm just gonna drive up and down extraterrestrial highway. Like if we got to park in front of the little alien hotel and see if we can get some of their Wi-Fi and pay them, because there's campsites over there. Pay them to get on that, then we'll do it that way. But we'll figure out something. We're definitely, in that whole radius of Area 51 is a good place to stream. So I mean, yeah, a good place to stream. We just got to find a connection to do it.
Right.
So yeah. So as of right now, the location itself isn't set in stone, but first spot will definitely be
that's my bad.
the black mailbox, since that is like one of the first places we got to stop before we head to the main gate. We'll check the 4G. In fact, I would like to stream all the way from Vegas all the way out to Area 51. It's a 90-mile drive, and that would be a great time to like test the waters on it. So, but me and Big are gonna probably meet up in Alamo, Nevada, because that's the last place you can go to fill up, and the Alien Research Center is actually right there in Alamo, right when you make the turn onto extraterrestrial highway,
right,
375. If not, I'm probably gonna meet up with Big in Vegas at his hotel, and then just load everything into my truck, and then we'll head out there. So either.
Right. The alias you set the command to be of area does not exist. Right. Hold on, I need a hat. Okay. Right, the action camera button. Yeah, that's cool.
one. So just in case there's UFOs or anything, we can catch it on camera. Now, if you look at Big Stream, the way it's all broken up like that, that's kind of how we're gonna have the stream on the first.
Right.
So I have the 4K version. Very good. It is. The 4K version, they had it on sale at Fry's for $20, and they were all out. So this was the second one, and I kind of, and I noticed they always go on sale. So if I see the 4K version again, I might get it.
I'll show you mine real quick. Let me pull my backpack real quick.
But yeah, when it comes to cameras like that, especially in the line of business that we getting into, you can never have enough cameras.
All right. Mine's attached to my backpack. So I guess go flip it up. Boom.
Oh, is that a GoPro?
No, it's one of the action cameras too, but it's got the it's got the waterproof on it too, and it comes with all kinds of attachments for your hat, your bag, anything, bike.
Yeah, if you guys watch my stream that I did on Saturday, it was a father and son day at the zoo.
That's the cover for it, so it's waterproof,
Yeah, my action cam came with a mount that fit perfectly right on the side of my stroller, so it looked like a race car with a camera on the side of it, but it was a stroller. Sorry for the bad reception over there. I'm trying to work out the kinks in that thing.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm getting excited to go out there to Area 51. I know it's gonna be freezing ass cold out there.
Nice.
See, I can't.
Nice little tiny one.
Oh yeah.
I like all the attachments that came with it. It's nice.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the plan. 17 more days, and then we head out to the desert. Like I said, it's gonna be freaking freezing cold. I have to go break out all my camping gear that I use to go gold mining. Let's see. Okay, so we're covering tonight Doorway to the Gods, which is it's a place. Apparently, I don't know much about this subject. Big Ant would.
I don't know too much about it either. The guy cop watching it told me about it.
Okay. So I looked it up.
I want to check it out. I definitely want to go over there.
Yeah,
and check that shit
I kind of want to do it too. But okay, so I looked up this particular subject, and just like the Mothers of Darkness, there's not that much literature on it.
Nope, because no one's talking about it.
Yeah, because nobody's talking about it. So I found this particular article. It's from treasurehunters.com, I believe, and I'm actually a treasure hunter myself. I do gold prospecting during the summer when I got a chance, and one thing about when you do treasure hunting and gold prospecting, you go out into the middle of nowhere. Just put it this way: if you can see other people, you're not doing it correctly.
Right.
To find gold and stuff like that, you gotta go way out in the wilderness. And when I've been way out in the wilderness, you see some weird shit. Like I used to see, like, we would be 20 miles out in the middle of nowhere, and there's staircases to nothing. And I actually, at first I didn't pay no mind. I figure, it's old Western cabin days,
Yeah.
But I mean, these staircases were,
old gold rush stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. But these staircases was like cemented with rock, and they're really nice. Like they used to belong to a cabin, but they're just stairways to nothing. So, I kind of researched it a little more, and apparently these aren't the only ones. They're all over the place, and a lot of forestry rescue workers and fire department, they see them all over the place because their job also takes them out to the middle of nowhere to fight fires and do search and rescue, and they hardly ever talk about it because apparently there's a paranormal aspect to these stairs. So when it comes to these particular things, like gold prospecting, search and rescue, stuff like that, you tend to listen to these stories more and more
Right.
because these guys have been everywhere and they've seen a lot of stuff. I used to spend the night out in the middle of nowhere, and geez, I remember one night I was spending the night out in Washington State, and I was hearing some weird shit in the bushes. And if Washington State is known for Bigfoot, but then they're also known for some big ass bears, and I was salmon fishing out in the middle of nowhere by myself on a rock gravel bar, and my tent was in the middle of this gravel bar, and you could hear shit playing around in the water. And yeah, I was freaked the freaking hell out. I had my 45 pistol, so I wasn't too freaked out, but yeah, I was ready. But anyway, so we're covering Doorway to the God Side. It's apparently it's a mysterious interdimensional portal that can alter time and is hidden in the Arizona mountains, according to treasure hunters. Now, the story, the literature I got from this dates back to, where's the date? I had a date. It's like 1950 something.
Did you try to set up your Nightbot commands and stuff like that?
I did already. Is it not popping up?
Yeah, it says the don't exist area and YouTube and stuff.
Oh.
It's just my broken link's messed up.
Oh, okay. I probably messed it up. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Except just letting you know it's popping up.
Yeah. So, okay.
We'll fine tune all that stuff.
Yeah, I found a video on YouTube, and I don't know how I haven't had a chance to watch it because, like I said, the information on this is really bad. Like, you hardly find it, stuff on this. So hopefully this is a good video. So we'll go down that road together. Apparently it's yeah. So let's see. So this article is from treasurehunters.com. So treasure hunters who's visited a canyon hidden deep in the southeastern Arizona near the Mexican border say that they saw strange lights in the sky and stones falling from the heavens. Most interesting about this story is that they encountered a mysterious stone archway that can alter time at random.
A vortex, a portal, right?
Yeah, is a time portal hidden in the Arizona mountains. The following story was reported by treasure hunters Ron Quinn, who, together with his friend, visited the mysterious canyon. Oh, so okay, I found the date. It's 1956. These fascinating journeys into the unknown began in early 1956 and still remain an unsolved mystery today. It all began during a 2-year adventure into the southern Arizona in search of lost mines and hidden Spanish treasure. High amongst the rugged terrain bordering Mexico, my brother Chuck and I discovered a location where time itself is altered. This natural freak of nature lies deep within a region seldom visited by modern man. The reason I'm bringing this tale to light after all this time is because something is the works might affect this in place. Oh, okay. So I guess Tuscan Power Company plans to build a 345 watt high voltage transmission line from Tuscan to Nogales. Yeah, Nogales.
I have family down there too, so I haven't had time to talk to them. But eventually I'll go down there and ask them if they know anything about that. And I have family across the border too, so we'll try to see if they know anything about that or heard anything, or to lead us in the right direction to somebody that could tell us what's going on.
So apparently the power lines could come quite close to the site. When this line becomes active, what if anything will this enormous voltage do this delicate location? Oh, I see the problem. They're worried that the magnetic field that the power lines put off might disrupt this portal.
I get it. Right. I get that. Okay, that I understand that. Okay.
Boom, light bulb. Okay, let's see. Only time will tell. The following stories all took place around the mysterious location. Okay, so we'll jump into the first story here in a minute. So You know, I have no idea where this. You could explain better or show us on a map this location they're talking about. It's a plateau. Um, yeah, it really doesn't really give a location. It just is high up in the. I know it's a plateau because I was actually, I didn't just jump into this that blind. I actually read some of it.
Right.
It's a plateau. I saw a picture of an archway also, and then, hmm, you know what? We'll just jump into the story. Maybe it'll bring to light something, and they're also claiming UFO activity around this area, which I could see because like the Bermuda Triangle and all that kind of stuff. They usually have a tendency to attract UFO, phenomena.
Right.
So I guess so. This one is lights in the sky. The natives actually used to reserve it for the spirits live there. Oh, you know where we're talking about? I think so.
It's in it's some. Is it Sierra Vista maybe? Or in that area, or is it South Tucson? Or is it South Tucson? I have it here too. Here, let's see. Let's see.
I know why my Nightbot's acting up.
You have it logged on to YouTube, not Twitch.
Who, me? No. I have it logged onto Twitch. I just don't have it logged on. Period. I don't. Just like StreamLabs, you gotta have the site on for it to work in the background. Sorry about that, Chet. Trying to fix a headache. Okay. Also, okay.
I'm on maps right now. It's not coming up though. It says Blowerway to the guy. Just an AZ.
So yeah. See, nothing comes up on this place, but yet there's like a long, there's a history behind it.
Then I come back and try to see.
So you, Killer Thriller, if you can give us a rough estimate of where this is at, where we can pop it up on Google Earth, just please put it in chat and Big Ant will look it up. So okay, so this first story is I guess that didn't work. Lights in the Sky. This all began after my release from the military. My brother Chuck asked if I'd be interested in taking an extended trip to Arizona to search for
TUMBLR core. Okay, let me go check that out now.
Search for several of the legendary lost treasures allegedly hidden during the Spanish occupation. This ignited This ignited my adventurous spirit. So plans were made. We saved enough capital with the help of our parents for 2 years. I was 23, Chuck was 26. We left Tacoma, Washington on March 20th, 1956. Our final destination was...
Oh, what happened?
Was that Arvika, Arizona? A small desert hamlet of perhaps 70 residents. This old adobe
what's
village.
I'm looking at right here. Look at it says TUMBLR Con Carmen. I passed it there.
Oh, war. Okay, let's see.
The Tumakori National Historical Park. So it's somewhere near here. My guess he's probably Ruby. It's in here somewhere, dude. Okay, he also said that too. Let me go back to that page. Oh, I have to go split this off now.
Let's see. About 3 weeks into the treasure game, Chuck and I relaxed at camp one evening towards the south, a cozy peaks of the Tomarki Mountains. Ugh.
Right.
A solitude against the darkness sky. Let's see. Our attention was directed towards two large balls of blue-green light slowly descending behind the mountain, several miles away. They were not flares, as no sound of aircraft broke the silence of the night. Both vanished within minutes. Let's see. The following night, at precisely the same time, 8:05 p.m., the lights appeared once again near the identical location, thus also disappeared behind the peaks. Let's see.
I'm looking at this story right here, dude. It's fucking crazy. He goes into detail. Holy cow, look at this. Wow. Searching for Arizona. He's actually... Oh, he's like a historian or document, okay.
Yeah, it's a documentary on
But
it.
he talks about he was going there for mining and stuff like that. But he says the story does not contain this this story. This, however, does not concern these legendary lost mines in there. This says they're talking about the tale of Indians who have befriended stretched the highway between Tucson and Mexican border.
See, I read some of those. Is that's where there's gonna be one where old they kept throwing rocks into this portal and nothing would happen, and then this old Indian lady came with a rabbit, a live creature, threw it in and it disappeared. So that was like the defining factor in it was it being alive or dead. I mean, not it being alive or inanimate object. Inanimate object. Let's see. These guys are like, I'm looking at this story, and okay, so here, several days later, Louis Romano, a local cowboy who rode from the Azuca, yeah, I'm not saying it right, but the ranch stopped by. Over several weeks. We became friends.
That's what it says. That Indian actually jumped through and never returned. This is the story about this one. That's how it went through. So people, this is the Indian one from back in the 50s, 1850s. It says.
Yeah.
So later on, like I said, the other people were starting. That's how they heard about the story. Started throwing shit through it and all that. So yeah. Others backed off in fear. People are scared just to go anywhere near it right now, I guess, too. I wonder if it's blocked off. Like, do you think the government might be trying to hide it, maybe, too?
Nah, I think it's wide open.
I'd definitely go check that out. I gotta see how it is.
See, according to this story, that cowboy who came by during one of his weekly visits, Louis told us many stories centering around the nearby mountains, several bordered on the paranormal. After describing the odd lights we had seen, he smiled, saying he and others have spotted them since 1939 in the same location over the mountains. With we saw them several more times. That's awesome. I wonder if you can still see him. Huh. That's kind of like reminding me of Skinwalker Ranch, because Skinwalker Ranch is supposed to be consistent like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It says this guy asked people. It says if the story was true, and why hasn't any scientist from University of Arizona located in Tucson investigated the strange phenomenon? Because he said his people have known about the Archway for almost hundreds of years, and the tale's never been told to white men before. That's crazy. So, like I said, a lot of this stuff, like that Indian stuff, they don't talk about it. Like I said, if you go to Pueblo, New Mexico, you can't. They don't want. You can't take any pictures or anything like that, dude. You know. So, some of these people try to keep their stuff hidden. I mean, not hidden, but they don't want others to know about it. You know, the culture and all that.
Yeah. Well, when I went up to, was it the Sky People? Yeah, I went to see the Sky People in New Mexico. Those are those pueblos, or that city built up on those high towers.
Yeah, with the hieroglyphs and all that stuff, and
they wouldn't let us take pictures.
No, hell no.
Either. Yeah, no, they definitely wouldn't let us take pictures.
Well, that's the thing. I think the Indian thing is then take the pictures like taking their soul, right, or something. Is that the? I think so. Is that what it is?
No, I think they just really. I just think they wanted to keep it, you know, their own private thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not taking their. I don't think they kind of lean towards that anymore. I think so. They just want to keep, you know, their secrets. You know?
Well, that's the thing they always told everybody. Is like that's the thing.
Yeah.
You're stealing their soul.
I can believe it, because when it comes to Native American history and stuff like that. When it comes to Native American history and stuff like that, you got to be a friend. You know, they'll tell you the everyday stories and stuff like that, but usually you gotta be a friend or a trusted person, you know?
Right.
So actually,
Nogales. Joyful, I think, right? Jubilant, maybe. I think I have. Jubilant being happy, right? I think. I have a partial location. It's in the mountains. Yeah. Let me read up quick. Hold on. Let me see. Go back to maps. There it is. Alright, so this is, where's that located? That's Nogales, which is on, it's actually on this side. I don't know why it's pointing down here. I've been to Rio Rico, so we have to go down here to, I guess, you know. So I have passed by, I never really paid any mind to it. So let's go to the satellite view of it. I think it should be terrain. There we go. Okay, so this is the national park, so it's probably this whole green thing right here. So I wonder where this is. I'm looking at this. Does it go back in these hills, maybe? Okay, let me go back to this view. So this shows the green. Okay. Me? And for that one, though, if it's on OBS, is on the other one. You have to click on, if you click on the other one, it'll show me from the other side in that one. You have to click on the Google Hangout one to show me on that one. So you click on the one that says big, you know. Just actually click on the screen, and it'll be like a little white box, and that way it'll just show me on that one. Right. Boom. Hangouts. Oh, you can't do a hangout. Okay, I can put on. No, I can put on this one here. Oh, I'll put on that one too, so if people want to click on it, they can check out the area too in chat. But that says it's going to a road right there. That's obviously not where it's at, you know. No, if you go down south, Nogales is down. So that's my guess is probably like the that's the county, probably the whole thing. So I wonder, like, if you click on the bottom left corner, it'll be a satellite view of it, the actual terrain. You see a little thing right there in the bottom corner, the little picture, yeah. Right. I didn't think there was a. Let me go back. Let me check mine. Oh, I think I found something. I'll send you the picture. I'll link picture the picture. Copy link address. off mic real quick.
Oh, damn it.
Where are your men?
Okay, let me find another video then. Oh, damn it. Apparently, there's a video game, Uncharted Golden Abyss. Apparently, that actually has video game. They added it to the game. Uncharted Golden Abyss. That actually has. Yeah, I thought it was like some fancy.
That's weird.
Fancy thing. I thought it was like some fancy. Let's see. So that actually just narrowed my search down to one. Ancient Doorway to the Devil. Narrowed my search down to one. Ancient Doorway to the Devil. Nope. Back to the top.
Cheers.
Okay. I guess so. This is the. Okay. No, apparently this is the only one. So this is like I noticed a thing where a majority of these videos are coming from treasure hunters. So I guess this is like a majority of these videos are coming from treasure hunters. So I guess we can get a good view of what we're talking about. So I guess we can get a good view of what we're talking about. So let's try this again.
Our journey to the Gateway of the Gods. Melissa, getting in the spirits. We got Marty, armed to the teeth. Tyson, I think he's peeing.
He's looking at an app.
Oh, he's looking at an app.
Yep.
But this place is just incredible, and getting here is no joke. We are pretty disconnected from society, which Arivaca is the closest city anywhere near this place, and that took us a good 2 hours of driving at least, would you say? Yeah, it's crazy.
Totally.
Just imagine driving out here in these desolate
cow.
desert, off-roading in these desert roads. Yeah,
I'm down.
We're gonna start the hike. We got a long hike ahead of us. We got to get to the tops of these peaks and see what's on the other side.
Let's see the hike first.
Quite the hike. Covered a lot of distance since I last recorded. We're almost to our goal.
Jeez.
Which is going to be the other side of this peak.
Jeez.
Oh my god, this is long, dude. I don't know about that, guys.
Portal lights.
I think my back is gonna say no.
Between these two mountain tops, somewhere on the other side. So,
Dude, you just gotta go slow and steady.
you just
gotta go slow and steady.
Marty, you okay?
You're right.
Wow. Crazy mountain up there. Not easy to get to.
You know what you do is you don't go up and down. You go up the low point and then come around. You don't go up and down. You go up the low point and then come around.
Just give you an idea of really the distance we've covered.
We usually just go zigzag.
Just a little bit further to go. We're wondering if this might be one of the portals. We can't really, from the angle we're at, we can't see the inside of it. So we're not quite sure what that is. But
where the hell is the road?
The saddle.
Where the hell is the road?
The valley. Dick's Peak. Right up there. And I'm going to use this as a land marker. Somewhere down here is where the actual Ron Quinn's portal is. A little tired. The rest of the group is.
I'm sure we can find it, dude.
Far behind. But
yeah, definitely.
Big fire that happened through here too. A lot of the foliage is.
Yeah, definitely.
Since last time I came here, there was, I don't know, whatever fire it hit was definitely not here at that time. You can see the fire actually went over the ridge line down here. Look at that. Yeah, it's just covered by that orange.
The retardant.
Wow.
Yeah, the retardant.
Orange,
the retardant.
What is it? Flame retardant?
Retardant.
No, I'm saying wow for the wind.
Just everything's all burnt up here.
Oh, there
This
you go.
is the other side of Dick's Peak.
It's called Dick's
We're
Peak.
not
Oh, there you go.
quite sure which way to go. We do have coordinates, but it's
It's called
still
Dick's Peak.
it's a lot of land to
Sweet.
cover. I think it might have taken a wrong turn somewhere, but I'm
Look for
below
that turn.
Murphy's Peak to the northeast of Dick's Peak, pretty far away. And I have not come across any sort of portal, any sign of a portal. I don't know. This is becoming a wild goose chase out here. So who knows, maybe within my camera view it's somewhere out there, but I need better directions. And this is a very treacherous hike. The sun's starting to go down a little bit. Just to give you a perspective, here is Murphy's Peak. There's the top of it.
Oh.
I got to climb all the way back up there just to get back anywhere near civilization. But I'm going to check
say
things out a
Murphy's
little bit
Peak?
more and report back in.
Let's say Murphy's Peak.
Yeah.
Ow. Wow. Check this view out. Not me. Very fucking cool. I'd like to say it more eloquently, but wow.
A horse would be nice. A horse would be nice.
Portal's hiding somewhere out here. I'm gonna try to find it. I just climbed up the tallest.
6
hill in the
minutes.
world.
No, wait, for 4
All the way
minutes.
down there.
6 minutes. No, wait, for 4
Nice
minutes.
view. Just don't have a lot of time to appreciate it. All the ground here on the saddle between the two peaks is burnt. Nowhere else are we seeing this much, this burn pattern. Just is isolated right between the saddle of these the peaks between Dick's Peak over here and Murphy's Peak over here. This is where Ron Quinn claimed to have seen balls of light rising from somewhere between those two peaks up into the air. These plasma-like balls of light. And look, I mean, just everything here is burnt to a crisp in this little square region, and really nowhere else.
Yeah, and for me, my ankles are shot. They're just shot.
Down to
Well,
camp.
but it would be easier out of the wash if you shot ankles, wouldn't it?
Well, if I'm walking on this, if I have to walk sideways,
On this marble shit?
that's what's really freaking has shot
Fucking
my.
walking on marbles, man. It's fucking, you never know when one's gonna fucking go.
There's always that one person in a hike that complains. There's always that one person in a hike that complains. Ronco. Ronco.
Nobody wants to do a shot of vodka.
It's texting me now. Almost I can't do too much.
I just want to get back to the freaking truck.
This is where we're supposed to be for the paranormal stuff. It's easy to get back to the truck from here.
Hell yeah.
I would never. I would never.
What'd she say? Is that corn? No, it's rabbit shit.
It was yellow.
Did you pick it up?
Just scorpions for days in there.
Which is why I asked if
Just
it was
scorpions
Does it
for
taste like
days
corn?
in there.
I wouldn't know.
And rattlesnakes.
I'm hurting.
Yeah.
I got a freaking rock in my boot too.
Oh, you got that light right in my eye.
Oh, sorry. But I'm not about.
You got a rock in your boot?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna turn into a blister.
Yep. Somehow it freaking.
There's 100 miles square.
Okay, it's safe. It's safe to say they don't find it.
Inside,
Okay,
or
it's safe.
is it just
It's
up against your...
It's safe to say they don't find
That
it.
wasn't very insightful.
Yeah.
But that was the only video I could find that said gateway to the gods, a doorway to the gods. Only thing. Jeez. Another very paranormal place is right next to you, the Superstition Mountains, but they're also very treacherous and could be deadly. And interior dimensions. Let's see. Gateway video. Has anybody even found this one? You know what? Here's a 4-minute one. Let's check this out. I think so. This might be it. Let's see. This guy seems pumped up, so it might be it. Yeah, it would be a little out of sync. Um, it shouldn't be too bad out of sync. I don't know. Wait, hold up. Does this guy? Oh, this guy doesn't. This guy just does some hippie shit and doesn't show anything. Yeah, it should be just. You know what the hard part was syncing my sound is because the Elgato capture card that I have is the external one. Because my streaming PC doesn't have room to actually put the internal one, so I had to sync it up a little. So it should be like a little out of sync. I don't know how much, but it should be just a tad. But I'm working on it. I might have to go back through and then resync it again. I had it down perfectly, but it takes time. You got to hit record and 1 2, and yeah, it usually takes an hour or so to resync it. So back to the Quinn brothers. I'm just gonna call them the Quinn brothers, but so this is they found the archway. They heard the legend, and so this next they went out there and was messing around with it, and nothing happened. And apparently in their next trip something happened. So let's see, this next story it says horses from beyond. It was roundup time on the Arizona ranch that evening. Louis and several others were camping beside the corral just north of the mountains to get an early start on the following morning. As they sat around having coffee and where's the other part? Making small talk. Louis noticed how still the night was. Most evenings one could hear the night sounds of the desert, but this time it was unusually quiet, and the livestock seemed restless. As they were about to bed down, they suddenly heard a rumbling of approaching horses. As the sound grew closer, one could hear the cluttering of hooves amongst the rocks, accompanied by the whistling of many horses, wailing of many horses. As the sound increased, the boys dove for cover, expecting to see a herd of horses stampeding through the camp. But as the rumbling reached the opposite side of the nearby canyon, it apparently ended. The following morning, they searched but found no evidence of horses. Louis mentioned wild horses once roamed the country around the turn of the century, where Louis and the others caught on the outer edge of some time change. It turns out they were near our mysterious archway. Before continuing, I'd like to set forth a theory told by us by a party willingly in the field of The strange and paranormal. Perhaps the enormous deposit of geodes beneath the surface might be affecting time in such a mysterious manner. Oh wow, that kind of makes sense. Okay. When all the nature's elements, the vibrations of the crystals, the electricity in the atmosphere, and the magnetic field in the earth comes together as at the precise moment, laws of nature are turned topsy-turvy and things occur beyond our understanding. See, okay, when it comes to crystals and stuff like that, a lot of people um use them in like seances and stuff like that. Especially like geo crystals. Majority of it is just quartz crystals and stuff like that. Each crystal has a certain right. So there is a lot of obsidian out in the desert. I used to dig it up all the time. Hmm, that's interesting, and that kind of makes sense in a paranormal way. You talking? You talking? You talking about the for Skinwalker defense? Oh yeah, I understand. Right. Jeez, there's a lot. Like there's stories of the old Spanish soldiers. They would see presence Spanish soldiers, ancient Indians. There is a lot of activity going on up in those mountains. A ghost camp, and these particular treasure hunters, stones from the heavens. My encounter after 2 years of ventures ended without finding buried gold or lost mines. Huh. Wow, that's trippy. There is a lot to this story. There's a shit ton to this story, but that's a lot to cover right now. We got to do more research on this and pull up more. Yeah, most definitely. But let's see what else did I want to cover. Oh yes, so we're gonna cover more of this particular archway um, as it more comes to light. Like I said, I got to dig more deep into it. I really didn't understand how deep it went, and that's the thing. Um, another thing we could talk about too is the Superstition Mountains. And if you guys don't know the Superstition Mountains, a lot, it's it's a mountains right outside of Phoenix, Arizona, and there it has been. It's also the location of the Lost Dutchman mine, which many people have died in search of it. Or yeah, or go missing. Yeah, pretty much they're dead. Um, what is that beeping sound? Oh, okay. But what you call that? Oh, you gotta go. Jeez. Mhm. For you guys who don't know, Splinter is a desert tortoise. Yeah, a desert tortoise. But yeah, but Splinter was the rat, wasn't it? Uh, so hey, I was back to our Area 51. trip. I was looking at the hotel that's out there, the little Alien Inn, and they have a cabin, like a 5 bedroom cabin you can rent. And but the weird thing is like they don't have any prices. What was that? Dude, I'm not feeling good. I'm freaking sick. Yeah, that's what dude. That's what, yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah. No, I do. Well, see, I had my son vaccinated, and he hasn't been knock on wood, he hasn't been sick yet, but yet I get sick. I haven't had my vaccination, not yet, at least. Um, well, yeah, when you have see, kids are more susceptible to getting sick, but their immune system is on overdrive, so they don't get sick. They pass it to you, and there's a conspiracy theory in it all. Yeah, you know, yeah, that's see, I don't know. My oldest son is autistic, and it's it's tough. It's very tough. There's what is weird is a lot of things from when we were a kid, like ADD. The hell's ADD? Freaking. Well, apparently I have it too, but when I was young, they called it what, hypertension. You know, they gave you Ritalin, which I think is a conspiracy all in itself. Because when I was on Ritalin, shit, they had to take me off of it. I was like the guinea pig for that shit. It was still new. It was horrible. I got every side effect known to man. And when it yeah, that shit's horrible. Don't they give that to don't they isn't that a drug now, like kids in college? So I was oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shit, yeah. See, that's so funny. I used to have Ritalin freaking by the bottle loads, and so they was pretty much giving me speed to counteract my hypertension, which was just doing the reverse effect and making me more freaking hyper. Yeah. Yeah. No thanks. Yeah. Yeah. We talked about. Hmm. Jeez. Everything. Yeah. um. Oh, you still have that thing on. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Wednesday night is open mic night. We're gonna end the stream early tonight because, well, one, I ain't feeling too good. But what you call that Wednesday night? We're gonna do. It's gonna be open night, but we're also gonna cover mysteries. You haven't been muted.
On
mean
my stream, but I turned off the OBS theme. Well, there's no video on my stream. It's alright. That's alright. Sorry, guys.
Well,
only for a little bit since the last time we stopped playing the video, which is 15 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. so we are going to be get into mysteries of the Mojave Desert, which there's a lot. I there was a whole segment on it on Art Bell once, where they had sightings of Bigfoot, and a lot of satanic rituals happen out there, and a lot of UFOs. And even if you go up towards the Sierra Nevada mountains, they have a kind of like the California version of the Bermuda Triangle. And this is an interesting story. Up towards the high Sierras, there was he was a millionaire. He flew around the world solo, I believe, and he broke a couple world records. Anyway, we're talking about a guy who flew around the world solo. I think so. I can't remember if it was nonstop or what he did, but anyway, he chartered a plane and he flew from Sacramento to Lake Tahoe, and he disappeared. He like straight up disappeared. So they launched this massive air search and rescue, and come to find out, this one particular spot in the Arizona in the high Sierras had like 80 lost airplanes. Just like they vanished, but nobody could find them. Even found a old passenger plane.
Well, people don't know there's more than one Bermuda Triangle. There's a few. There's like the Devil's Triangle. There's like I said, Bermuda Triangle. There's quite a few places that people don't know about, and people getting lost. The ocean ones are more probable that it is the ocean taking them down, But
You're right.
A lot of times there's some in the sky, like I said, and like I said, what is that story of the World War II pilot that was flying who was he? Was flying like, and it wasn't gonna make land. All of a sudden, he saw the clouds and was able to fly through this thing or something, and was able to. All of a sudden, he was over the land. Like so, whatever happened, he transported. Like he ran out of gas, but he had enough gas to get through this portal, and he was on land.
That was actually through the Bermuda Triangle.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that was through the Bermuda Triangle. That's an old story.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
But there's a few of them. The Devil's Triangle's like in the Indonesian Ocean where the planes are going now. But people don't know about that. There's secret military base, what Diego Garcia or something out there. There's military bases that are out there too. So
there is theories behind that. Like
I know all kinds of them. Like I said, just tons and tons. There's so many of them, dude.
Well, one of the theories with the actual scientists did a research on how the Bermuda Triangle could happen. So what they did was they took ocean liners, and what they did is they put like a bubble machine that all it did was blow bubbles underwater. So it kind of mimicked like when the Earth's crust shifts, air pockets open up, and that air has to go someplace, so it comes up to the surface and it makes this large amount of bubbles. So they put this ship or a boat in a pool, and they caused all these bubbles to come up. Well, what happens is your
voice audio
yeah, it's kind of a little bit out of sync. I gotta fix it. So what happens is when a boat uses displacement to be in the water, so it doesn't actually break the surface of the water. It just pushes the water to the side, right. And then in return it keeps the ship. That's how a 20-ton metal ship. Well, I know that's really light, 20 tons, but a big giant metal ship can float. It's all steel. There's no styrofoam on the bottom to keep it afloat. It's all water displacement. So anyway, they put this boat in the water. They turn on the bubbles, and the bubbles breaks that displacement, kind of like a turbulence in the sky. And I'll get into that in just a second. And then all of a sudden the ship just sank. There's no holes in the ship. It's not taking on water. It's just the bubbles broke the displacement. So that's what that was one of the theories with the Bermuda Triangle.
Right.
The Bermuda Triangle is on one of those kind of like, I guess you can call it a fault line. And every time there was a subterranean earthquake, it would release these bubbles, you know, and would sink. It would sink these ships. Now, as for you know, planes falling out of the sky, there is a good theory. I used to work for the airlines, and I did not know this, that there are air pockets. You know, usually turbulence is caused by air pockets, but they're not big ones. Now, in rare occasions, and I had a friend who was a flight attendant go through this. They were flying from Sacramento to Hawaii. They hit a really big air pocket and they dropped about 100 feet. You know, I don't know how to explain this.
It's like free fall from Magic Mountain. Because that's the 2 times I've flown, I felt that like literally, you just drop like I felt like, oh my god, and they said that's a little one. Like, holy cow, forget this ever again, and never ever again, dude. It's like
that's pretty much it. But there's a reason it calls it. It's something to do like, okay, so the way a wing on an aircraft works is it separates hot and cold air. I don't know how. It's you know, physics that I really can't knowledge.
What is the theory is that cars and everything that we do is not actually moving. The Earth or something's moving. You know, we're actually, when we walk, we're not really moving. Whatever's happening is moving for us. You know, the world.
Well, I don't know about that one.
No,
but,
that's definitely go check that out too. I'm 100%.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna.
That's how they say. That's how they say if you're gonna break light or anything in space like that. That's how it has to be like that. It's the only way you could do that. There's no other way. I mean, I think in theory, but.
Well, I was trying to like the air pockets that drop airplanes is okay. The way a wing works is it separates cold and hot air, and that's to do with you know air warm air rises, cold air falls, drops. Anyway, what happens is to hit an air pocket, there is no mixture of cold and hot air. It's just like either just straight cold air. And it causes an air pocket. Since there is no warm air to separate, you don't have any lift, so you literally fall. And that was one of the theories which has happened to passenger planes on several occasions, except if you hit a big enough air pocket that will take you straight to the ground, you know, or put you in a dive that you can't come back, you know, come out of. But that was a theory over the Sierras. Is there's this one particular spot, you know, that was claiming all these aircrafts. It was this one big, you know, pocket of air.
You know, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but before I forget, because you know how I am, we can go into about the California fires, about how it's crazy about them, dude.
Oh yeah.
Energy weapon displacement, you know, energy displacement weapon, or energy not displacement, energy weapon, you know.
I never, you know, you're gonna have to explain that one to me, but I know California is being retarded about these fires. Up in Northern California, they declared a state of emergency, and that way the fire department can actually do their job. So they activated the California State Reserves to actually evacuate people, where in Southern California, I don't know why they didn't do it, but they didn't do it in Southern Cal, and it's supposed to be just as bad as Northern Cal. And the fire department is taking valuable time from fighting the fire to evacuate people instead of getting the state military reserve to do it.
Dude, that conspiracy, like making a backdraft. People are saying the fires to get the overtime pay and all that stuff. But also, like I said, it's called a directed energy weapon, pretty much HARP. So they're. Like, if you go through this stuff, like, go on YouTube and check that out. Like, literally, everything from the cities are destroyed, like, completely powder, you know? But, the surroundings, everything, cars, trees, bushes, still all around the neighborhoods, all there, dude. So, it's destroyed everything but vegetation. Like, there's only one thing they can do. Like, it's like there's a thing up there of a tree burning from the inside out, and the only thing they can do that is lightning.
Oh wow!
So if I'm like I said, I'm more skeptical, but this one is very plausible. Like I said, we definitely have ray gun. I mean, you know, lasers and lights and all that shit. Lasers, you know.
Actually, wow, there's more YouTube videos about this than
Oh
the
yeah, dude. There's shitloads, dude.
Here, let me play. I'll play one of the news reports.
Okay.
News reports.
Okay.
Watch this shit. It's just sheer bullshit. People don't see it. People that are up close to it, they don't see it for what it is. And you try to explain it to them, there's no fucking way.
Jeez, look at that shit.
And the intensity
It's like lava,
of the
dude.
fires,
Dude,
it's just off the chain.
It's like lava,
So,
dude.
parts of California are going up in flames because, you know, like I said, the Chinese own a lot of property here. They've been given property, and they're trying to redeem it somehow.
Yes, they are.
They own a lot of our, like, $2 trillion in debt, I think.
Yes, they are.
Of what is it? Bonds, the Treasury bonds. So when you get a directed energy weapon like that, you can do just about anything you want. You know, you want to destroy one particular area, that's it. You know,
I feel sad
I'm
for these
looking
guys.
at that overhead of that house.
But if you want to be rich and
And
live
it
out in the
was
middle of
just a
nowhere,
house.
away from everybody,
All the
then
trees were
if you want to
intact.
be rich and live
So,
out in the middle of nowhere,
Yep.
away
You
from
know,
everybody,
in a
then,
nutshell,
you know,
this is
most of these fires, there's hardly any
Battle
time that
against
it's
destructive
destroying,
fire in
you know,
California
lower class
history.
houses. It's
These
always,
cocksuckers.
you know, time that
You know,
it's
it-
rich houses and it's always upper class houses for sure.
the
you know,
Northern California fire,
mountains,
and then
rich
about
houses and
2 or
Well,
3
yeah.
years ago, there was another one up.
They got the good insurance.
And then they'll get the
Weed,
state of emergency money to
California,
rebuild those
like-
houses, so the millionaires
They
get
got the good
upgrades.
insurance.
And then they'll get the state of emergency money to rebuild those houses, so
California
the millionaires
burning.
get upgrades.
Here, listen. Maybe this will get into the California burning. Here, listen. Maybe this will get into the analysis. Well, California wildfires. What the analysis?
They have,
California
they
wildfires.
have what's it called? Look at this dude. See? They have what's it called? Look at this dude. See?
Interesting. Interesting. But there is California result in a direct energy weapon tested have gained wow tremendous interest. Wow, tremendous interest. What is the significance of a blue flash in the sky and on the ground report by multiple eyewitnesses? Blue flash in the sky and on the ground report by multiple eyewitnesses. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys something as soon as this video stops. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys something as soon as this video stops. Oh shit, you can actually see the smoke from space.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you can actually see the smoke from space.
Yeah. They track the weather patterns and where it's going and all that shit, dude. You can see it all that. It's crazy. They track the weather patterns and where it's going and all that shit. Sad. The ghost said sad, and it's red as hell, dude. Choking. I was choking. Oh, desk. Choking. I was choking. Oh, desk. Oh, maybe talking about the people choking over there. Oh, maybe talking about the people choking over there.
They just keeps showing the. I think so. They're showing the blue flashes. They just keeps showing the.
That is
so they're
nuts,
showing the
dude.
blue
Yeah, you're right.
flashes.
They are. It's
Yeah.
it's directed, dude. Yeah, you're right.
See right there.
It's
See,
directed, dude.
see right there. And for the rest of the video, it's pretty much showing that same shit. And for the rest of the video, it's pretty much that is insane. That's a new one on me.
Go type in
Dude,
the tree.
that is
Type in
insane.
tree
That's-
burning
that's a
from the
new
inside
one on
out,
me.
dude.
Okay, let's
Type
take a
in the
look.
tree. Type in tree burning from the inside out, dude.
Okay, let's take a look. Let's. Oh wow! Yeah. Okay.
It probably has like millions of views, dude. It's like pretty famous.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. There's one is 12K, one is 18K, 72K. Yeah, one is 12K, one is 18K, 72K. Okay. I'll do this one. Okay. I'll do this one.
Yo, what's good, people? It is Red Flag Media. I am currently working on a video about the California wildfires and how I think it was a directed energy weapons attack in collaboration with the new 5G network that they are putting up across the world.
Right.
But whilst I was researching it, I stumbled across this video.
Oh wow.
That is the craziest
Sonoma,
thing I've
California
ever
was
seen.
scoping out. Oh wow.
That's
Sonoma,
hollowed out
California
the tree.
was scoping out.
There's a fire in Shelville, and it's going straight up the middle of a tree.
How?
It's a good question.
How?
I'm sure they're gonna have an answer for it. It's a good question. I'm sure they're gonna have an answer for it.
Yeah, Ember,
I've-
an Ember flew from over there and landed inside of it.
Possible
Yeah,
for
I've-
wildfire to
an Ember flew
completely
from over there
ignore
and
the
landed inside
outside
of
of a tree and burn it from the inside like it was stuck in a microwave, then feel free. Because from where I'm standing, this is not possible with the
Yeah.
wildfire explanation.
That's
This is
weird.
an attack. This is geoengineering, and it's
That's
like
weird.
something
The outside of the
we've
tree
never
isn't
seen.
even burnt. The outside of the tree isn't even
Put down in the
burnt.
comment section below what you think this is, because honestly, I can't find any other explanation for it besides to say that this is just a 5G attack. I can't really explain this. How it was done, how it would be done, besides directed energy. But that, for now, that's me. I'm gonna put up a much longer video that I'm currently working on maybe later tonight or tomorrow. But this was just too crazy for me not to share. That's Red Flag
crazy.
Media. I am out.
Wow.
That's crazy. I'm subbing.
Wow.
I'm subbing. Wow, that is good.
That's like say we could do a lot of research into that.
Oh, definitely.
That's like
Okay, so
we could do
what
a
I was
lot
going
of
to say about this thing is when I was in the military, the Navy came out with a rail gun, and they actually finished testing it. And if for those who do not know what a rail gun is, it's pretty much it's a magnet that fires steel missiles, and it's supposed to, with no gunpowder, no nothing, and this thing actually works. We've seen them test it. It's phenomenal, and it fires with such precision and such distance. It's ridiculous.
Eraser. The movie
yeah,
Eraser. It's pretty much that.
Pretty much on a wide scale. Right now they have it. There is one Navy ship, which I cannot remember the name, that has one, and it's supposed to save the military billions and billions of dollars in missile defense. Because why? You don't need gunpowder, you don't need an engine. All you need is a steel, a metal missile shaped object, and you can shoot it, and it hits its target with such force and such speed that you really don't even need a warhead at the end, or at least a big warhead, because when it hits it just the impact alone will devastate an entire area. Now there is another one. If you guys ever watched, same concept, it's in use. It's just like, it's fired from the railgun. It's made out of steel. But if you guys ever watch Iron Man 1, the Jericho missile, the way it flies up and then it opens up and shoots rockets off from it, thousands of different rockets, and this decimates the whole mountain. Same concept. This missile fires. Once it gets close to the target, it opens up, it separates, and it shoots out all these millions of metal looking bullet shaped rockets. And it just I know they don't have a video on it. We heard about it we watched a video on it when we went, like when you go to Afghanistan, you got to sit in a tent and you got to watch a video on the the new enemy tactics on IEDs and stuff like that, and then they also show videos of the latest weapons that are out that we have to be aware of when we call for fire, which is, you know, calling for missile support and stuff like that. So they showed us this rail gun, this Navy rail gun. So it is declassified.
Yeah.
Because if not, they wouldn't have showed us it. But the Navy was, you know, Afghanistan is a landlocked country. Now the Navy was shooting these things from the I would say the Mediterranean or the Indian. It could have been the Mediterranean. Anyway, they were shooting these things from the Mediterranean, and it was making it to Afghanistan like nothing, you know. But I never had a chance to see them live in action, but we knew that they were there.
Right.
So this type of weaponry that they're talking about, you know, it's I have a feeling they got the idea from HARP.
It is HARP. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, HARP is a weather control device, but I can see this being
they can use the directional use the direct shade. What do you call that direct shade? They can use to move the hurricanes in the direction they want to go and stuff. That's what they're saying.
Right. They can create hurricanes, create tornadoes. They can
by HARP,
manipulate
shooting in certain areas, like two areas right here and go straight. They're creating like in the middle. It's kind of pushing it then, you know. So that's how it goes.
Right, but I could see them particularly having a HARP moment. Say they worked on HARP, they go, oh wait a minute, we can actually create a machine with a little bit more amperage like HARP and actually do something like this using the microwaves. HARP is faced upwards. That's how they reflect the radio waves off the ionosphere, and that's how, and bounce it towards what location they want.
But they have satellites that can do. They have satellites that can go to. Okay, type in, what is it? RoboCop and conspiracy about the Santa Barbara fires, because they're actually in RoboCop. That actually happened. Like they said, a malfunctioning radar or a satellite exploded and burned portion of Santa Barbara. So that's what people are saying. Like they said, it's the same thing. They could just go on the satellite just to reverse the thing and shoot a thing, and they could direct it like a laser, dude. You know, very simple. Go type in lasers and stuff like that. There's conspiracies on like Lockheed Martin actually have demos and prototypes about them having actually having that.
I'm actually looking at it right now. Here.
The demo for they have them.
Yeah, they use this particular weapon. I've seen them before, but not in the laser form. I've seen them mounted on cars where.
No, they have them like missiles, satellites in the sky, dude. Have them like missiles in space. Star Wars, the Bras of the Gods, you know. You heard that one too, right? The Bras of the Gods, you know.
Which one?
The Bras of the Gods. You heard that one too?
No, right? I haven't.
The rods that are up in space that all they gotta do is release them.
No, I haven't.
And they're huge rods, you know, and they just release them into space, and then they just drop it, and the force of it will be like a nuclear bomb, you know, hitting Earth.
Right.
Nuclear bomb, you know, hitting Earth.
Okay, so right. So laser weaponry.
Okay, so
laser weaponry is the way of the future. I have a laser in my tough box that I can burn your freaking gonads of it. You know, if I aim it at your balls long enough, freaking you'll become sterile. I have one that I used in the war. Yeah, so I could see that.
As I said, imagine a satellite wanted that one, and like I said, they could aim it. Like I said, they have camera. They could actually zoom in. Like I said, Hubble telescope just turn the opposite direction and it's look at the Earth. You know, if they're looking 14 billion years in the past of the Big Bang, they could look at, you know, the time in your watch. So they could direct. That's why they say it's directed energy. They're directing it. That's what they say. If you also go like the tuna whale wars and all that, the Japanese on them have echo, like they have the energy weapons, like they give them headaches, and the noise ones. That's the same thing, dude. Exact same thing.
Hold up.
Sonar. sonar radar. Those are pretty much the same form almost, dude.
Hold up 1 second. Here's helicopter footage of the fire. All right, here's helicopter footage of the fire. Boom. All right, 3. Boom. Watch it, it's gonna show it again. Watch it, it's gonna show it again. Right there. I'll pause it for you guys. Right there. I paused it for you guys.
So
I guess.
wow.
Okay, hold
They
up.
actually caught it, dude.
So I guess.
Wow.
Okay, hold up.
They actually caught it, dude. That's nuts. That's nuts.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay. That laser I told you I have is the same color. That laser I told you I have is the same color. It's green. Mm-hmm. They're called star clusters. You can actually legitimately blind somebody, like burn their star clusters. Oh, yeah. You can actually legitimately blind somebody. Like my laser is about this big. I'll say about this big. My laser, and if I was to, it's the if I was to shine it into the sky at an Air Force fighter jet, it would set off the missile lock alarm. Air Force fighter jet, and if you were to shine it at a fighter jet, which we did in Afghanistan, we got in fucking big trouble for doing it because it was an accident. We shined it, it hit a jet, and it set off the flares. We shined it. It hit a jet and it's anybody who's seen a fighter jet movie, when there's missile lock, they shoot foil packs.
The missile retardant.
There's missile lock. Yeah, it burns hotter than the engine itself, because majority of all missiles nowadays are heat-seeking missiles. So if you fire those foil packs, nowadays are heat-seeking missiles.
So if you fire those foil packs.
Right, they burn hot as lava, and it attracts the missile to the foil pack, and hopefully it doesn't hit the plane. It attracts the missile to the foil pack, and hopefully the laser I have is small. Now a laser at that scale I have is small. Is coming a laser at one either from a satellite, and I've seen that laser on one other craft. And that's the AC-130 gunship, because they use it to target enemy insertions, because they use it to target. But you can't see the thing with that laser on the C-130 is they won't use it, because with that laser exposes them. C-130 is they won't, and you can't just fly around in a C-130 gunship and expect nobody to see you. But if you fire that laser, it gives a direct line of sight to where the gunship is. So they don't use it on the C-130 gunship. You know, if a C-130 gunship is flying overhead, you would know. You know, but that laser is huge. Now, when they said I believe they're flying in a Black Hawk. By the sound of by the looks of where the guy was sitting filming, and it looked like a Black Hawk helicopter. But anyway, I don't think he moved the camera because he was trying to hide what was going on. I think so that laser startled the shit out of him.
Yes.
Because I would too. You know what I mean?
It was a laser. You probably didn't even see it. Probably just was moved it real quick. But it looked like it made a thud, or it made some kind of, you know. It's fishy, dude.
It is that laser.
It's the 100% sketch.
It's
suspect.
It's weird.
Time. It's suspect.
Let me go to there's a bigger version of it.
We'll do a preview, so we do it on Wednesday. We'll do a little bit in the open before open mic.
Yeah, that's
tired. I'm pretty tired, dude.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, all right. We're gonna call it a night. That was really interesting. Wow, that's cool. You know, nowadays every day a conspiracy is born.
Yep.
Jeez. Jeez, I guess I really gotta find a place where I can keep up to date with conspiracy theories.
There's a bunch of places, you know, above Top Secret and what's other kinds of crazy ones, you know.
Yeah, above
behind the
Top
veil,
Secret.
behind the veil. Just so many, dude.
Dude.
Go to like Freemasons.com is a crazy one to talk about meetings. Oh, there's so much, dude. I was into that stuff back in MySpace days. I was one of the first, and I'll actually quote this and I'm gonna say that I was actually one of the first people on MySpace to start putting like a, that's not a programmer, putting the codes in there to have your space chain, you know, actually it's like it was like a web page, you know, I had all kinds of shit going on there, and I was one of the first people to start putting on funny videos encoded onto my page, and like before YouTube was iFilm and all kinds of other shit, dude. I had tons of videos up there, like, so it's pretty crazy, dude.
Wow.
Yep.
So all right, we are gonna call it a night. We had some good followers. I'm gonna actually try and resync the sound on my cam. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. We will be back on Wednesday. It's open mic night, and we're gonna dive into some of these conspiracy theories. And you guys have a wonderful evening. For you guys on YouTube, we most likely will not be able to stream on YouTube the Area 51. So if you guys want to come over to Twitch, you guys don't have to. You guys just got to come over for the Area 51.
Yep.
But once they unlock my YouTube account, then I'm gonna go full bore on YouTube. But you guys have a wonderful evening and good night.
Good night, everyone.
Jeez, that was crazy.
Craziness.
And now I just gotta I gotta go through all the settings again. Oh, I know where I went wrong too. I messed up. It shouldn't be too much for me to fix the delay.
All right, guys, that is all. We're gonna call it, and I will talk to you guys soon. Probably tomorrow, actually. I think I'm gonna do a gaming stream. I haven't been in a while. I know. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Later, guys. Have a good night. No, it's getting by the stream. All right, guys. Later on. They did close. Big Ant TV, Big Ant CTV, and Twitch. They did close 10:20, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace and love.
How many viewers did you have?
Interested in Jeep Renegade?